What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to KangBrosTV. Liverpool have just suffered an L against Southampton at St Mary's. Bro, where's the fans? Where's the fans that say that we overreact? Where are you at? The ones that said the West Broms, the Newcastles. It's okay. We're top of the league. It's all right. Where you at? Bro, these performances are getting worse and worse. So the first half again was piss poor. Second half was much better. If the whole game was like that, then I'll be saying a different story, but it wasn't. Now, some shit has to be addressed. There's so many things that we can go over, but chances ain't being created. The front three, apart from Mane, literally Mane was carrying us today, and Robertson. They were the only two dons today that performed. Apart from that, it was a piss poor performance. And people can gut us all they want to say we overreact or we're some sort of Arsenal fan TV. Not that. We told it from early that we're real. We tell it how it is, and now you have it here right in front of you. So what, you're still going to be defending, saying that this is all right, don't worry about it. Because this is a bad patch, Liverpool do have to come from it, but right now, I can't see where it turns around from, because every week, or every game we play, it's the same old shit going over and over again with lack of creativity when it comes to scoring goals. I don't know where to begin.
Well, let's put it like this, yeah? So people want to talk about it's okay, it's fine, it's all right, whatever. Now, yes, I know Salah's got goals this year. His numbers are they're looking nice. But do you remember that period when we won games 1-0 when Jota was scoring?
Yeah.
Those performances, even back then, we were saying it back then. These performances, listen, this is not good stuff to watch. Yeah, it's been okay. Yes, there's been a few results in there when they've really turned it on. Chelsea comes to mind, Wolves comes to mind. Obviously Palace comes to mind where they've turned it on. But the rest of the games, like today, I'm sorry, I'm just at a loss. Like now, I don't like we've always said it. If you lose, yeah, and you go out like it was a end-to-end barnstorming game, or it's a real tight game and there's a goal here or there where it could have gone either way. You can take that. You can say, you know what, that's fine. When we're playing games and you got one shot on target. Now I know statistics always sound worse. Yes, I know Liverpool. There was a block. There was a one that hit the side net, whatever. So technically, yeah, there was more, but it just doesn't. If you look at it statistically, on target is the goalkeeper. But just like, what is it that I'm missing that other people are seeing that you're saying it's okay? Because listen, I want to be optimistic. I want to be like, yeah, it's a blip. But if you could pick 3 games, yeah, to have when you could create a gap, right? Looking at everyone else's fixtures, and if someone said to you, you could play West Brom at home, Newcastle away, and you got to play Southampton, you'll be like, to be fair, I'll take that.
And on top of that, there's so many people in the comments that say Liverpool are tired, they're exhausted. They were saying it again today, even in the studio. They're saying Liverpool look tired, look leggy. We've had the most rest over this Christmas period than these other teams have been playing all these games. There's teams playing with 2 days. Like we played. When was the last time we played? We had all until Monday now, and all this rest day. So don't come to me about tiredness, because all these other teams are going through the same shit. This is why the league looks like the way it does. So all you people saying that Liverpool we're tired and all this, stop making excuses and just face the facts that it ain't clicking right now.
And the other thing
it has to change.
The thing is, right, you talk about fresh and whatever. Now you look at it like this, yeah. You buy players, yeah, to freshen up the squad, and you keep people honest. So you buy people to start. Now, if you're front three, the only person you've bought in is Jota. So we still haven't really, and Paul Ince mentioned it earlier, we've never really gone out and got a out-and-out number 9 striker, centre forward. Now, I'm not saying I don't want Bobby, because that's not what I'm saying at all, so don't get it twisted. But what I'm saying is, I wouldn't mind us having another out-and-out centre forward, not Divock Origi, because he's not that. But another centre forward, that yes, Jota can play through the wings, that's fine, maybe Salah can go through the middle. But why not go out and get a centre forward? Another centre forward. Just something that comes to mind straight away. I'm not saying go and get him, but someone like a Giroud that you can say, right, okay, those 2 out wide, whip crosses in, right? You've got Robertson and you've got Trent, and if it's not working, give them something different to think about, because if it gets too same, those players have been playing those front 3 pretty much week in, week out for 3 seasons. Yes, they've put in unbelievable numbers, but they're only human. They're human beings at the end of the day. And teams are going to sit there with all this technology and analysis equipment in front of them. Yes, there's going to come a time where they're going to say, right, okay, this is what's going to work. And you can't blame the front 3. They're still putting in numbers, but you're asking them to do, like unimaginable things to try and score goals, and that's just inevitable.
And that's the thing. Like, those 3 strikers are playing every single game, and it's just natural that you're going to get the ball and make similar runs that you normally do, because your body and your mind works that way.
That's just on your mind. There's some things that you're going to do, that video analysis will pick up. about this person. When he takes a ball, one touch it, he's always going to try and shift it onto this side because that's what we've seen for 3 years, week in, week out. Because they've never had time out, really. So, yes, Jota's a good signing. I know, I get that. But there's an opportunity there. You got 9 subs on the bench, by the way. 9 subs. So, and yeah, like I said, but let's park that for 1 minute. And let's actually talk about what happened in the game today, yeah?
No. When we talk about Mane, right? What happened to him? The way Andre Mariner treated Mane today is possibly illegal, bro. The way he ref this game, I can't even call it ref. It was a shambles, and we're not blaming the ref for the
result because you got 90 minutes.
Absolutely not.
Minutes. That's not the point.
But if anyone don't believe us, look at the way he ref this game. There was 2-foot challenges going into Milner, weren't even given a card. Yeah. Then there was like,
weren't even given a foul. Not even a card.
Not even
given a foul.
This is what I mean. Like, and that's just one of them. Mane was held by the neck, given nothing. It was just, it kept going on, and we noticed it. We was like, what is going on here? Is this some sort of joke? And then you obviously had a penalty shout. For me, I still believe it was a penalty. The back leg for me takes out Mane's balance. And I believe it was a penalty. I don't know if you agree, but then you have the handball. Where's the consistency? We have said as defenders and all this kind of stuff, maybe it isn't a penalty, but the consistency, where is it? Because we've seen them be given. You saw Pogba's penalty.
That's what I was going to say. Listen, I'm not
bad.
Manchester United have got ridiculous numbers of penalties. Now, there's 2 ways to look at it. One is they ask so many questions that they get an answer. Yeah. But if you're telling me that Paul Pogba's penalty against Wolves is a stonewall penalty and there's nothing wrong with that, then I'm sorry, but that one today, then that is a stonewall penalty. If that's the consistency that we're going with, because Paul Pogba's penalty the other day, he tripped himself up. Yes, there was a hand on his shoulder. So if that's the letter of the law, then I don't see what the difference is. Now, again, my point being is that there's no consistency. VAR is supposed to make things clearer. It's not. It's more smoked. Liverpool have had penalties given against them, right? Brighton.
Same old shit.
Yeah, but the Brighton game, that one of Danny Welbeck, they've put the game back to give that one a go. Against Man United against Brighton, the referee had blown the full-time whistle and they still brought it back to give them a penalty to win them the game. So what I'm saying is, there is no level of consistency with VAR. The handball, we've had handballs given against us for stuff less than that. So as far as I'm concerned, like I said, there's no consistency with VAR, and it is just subjective. So Andre Mariner, there's no point in him being on the pitch. Just do one. Go on, you ref the game from upstairs, because there's no point. That referee on there is just a shambles. Refereeing, the officiating in the Premier League this season for me alone has been a shambles.
Yeah, it's literally been the worst. Like you look at David Coote, you look at Andre Mariner now. Like there's no, like I said before, there's no repercussions for how they perform in the game. And like I said, there's nothing to do with the result, just the way he left the game. Just some of the decision making was absolutely horrendous. First of all, I want to make a quick shout out to Ings, because his goal was mad, lit, sick goal. We looked at each other and went, because he meant that, yeah. And I think the finish, the way he's not even looking at the goal, and we all know as Liverpool fans that he's got that in his locker. Like, we're just unfortunate it didn't work out for Liverpool. But there's a but here. That goal should never have happened. And the way people are talking about this goal, everyone gives the praise to Ings, so well done.
Deserved, because it was a good finish.
Absolutely well done. And then they look at the centre back, where they say about Henderson being pushed over onto to be on side, whatnot, to make the Ings on side. What about Trent? What about Trent? What are you doing, bruv? You have one job, is to clear that ball. He doesn't go for a full-on header, and he doesn't go to attack the ball. I don't know what he does. He's left in no man's land, and that goal should never happen. I don't know if people agree with me, because the Ings goal is brilliant, but where was the blame to Trent? It was terrible, bruv. That goal never should have happened. I can't believe it.
Like I said, and like you touched upon there, the finish, hats off for the finish.
Man.
There's no. Like I said, we're honest as the day is long on that side of things. Listen, that he's put that in the back of the net. You got to turn around and be like, oh, goal. But how can people? And like you said, people talking about Henderson was pulling Wijnaldum across, and he shouldn't have done that. For me, and I've said this already to you. He disagrees with me, but my point was, what they did in the center of the box was the guy pushed Henderson, and as soon as you push Henderson back, if you look along the lines, perfect. So that's a push. So he's pushed Henderson back. That plays this guy on side, and they score from that. So for me, straight away, like I said, again, VAR, there's no consistency with it then. So if he's there to eradicate a mistake or whatever, people might say that it's it's soft, but the fact of the matter is, that's the reason they get in. So if that's the case, then it's a block or a push. So if you do that in a corner, then it's a penalty or it's a foul the other way. So if it was then the other way, then it's obstruction. So like I said, I just don't get what is deemed a foul anymore, what's not a foul. But putting that to one side, no one else should be looking any further than what the hell is Trent doing there. That's it. People can say to me, oh, he's burnt out, he's tired. Listen, that is not a burnt out or tired man. That's just that's a howler. And let's just face the facts on what it is. He did not recover from that moment for the rest of the game. There's all statistics to say he gave the ball away 38 times today. That's the most ever in one game in the Premier League. He didn't even complete 90 minutes. So I don't know what would have been if he completed 90 minutes. He had a shocker today. Now that for me is about as far as you look. Great finish because you can only put what's in front of you in the goal. But how can you look at anybody else when that's where the problem lays? That's where the mistake was. I don't understand. It's fine. It's okay to say that he's made a mistake. I'm sure he knows it. But stop trying to blame other people and say, oh, he should be doing this or he maybe should have been doing that. There's no need to be looking that far. It's not that deep.
Yeah, and you're spot on. And like you said, because people then start talking about Hendo being in centre back, and that was my question to you at the beginning of the game. Was that the right move to put Henderson in centre back? Because I personally didn't think it was. I felt they should have gone for one of the centre backs that has been covering for Liverpool, and then have Henderson and Thiago and Gini in the middle running things. That's what I would have hoped for. But I didn't think Henderson had a bad game. He went in there and filled up. But do you think that was the right move?
I'm speaking, and Karen made a point about it, but I was thinking this myself. It's happened to me before when I play in a position and I've been waiting to get my chance to play, and the opportunity presents itself, then there's me thinking, right, I'm going to come into play, and you start gearing up for that moment, and then someone else is played in that position ahead of you. Trust me, I'm speaking from experience, it killed me, because I was just like, okay, that's not my name. The fuck's going on here? And it does kill you. You just have to think yourself, well, hold on a minute.
Look at that list like this.
You know, you got that. Okay. Maybe they give you one of the high numbers this week for the shirt. Okay, cool. You look down and you think, rah. You get a pack out. You look through the pack and you think, what? I never knew that. So it's like, and I said, speaking from that side of things, it kills you as a person, as a player, because you start thinking to yourself, right, okay, I'm actually dead. Like, I must be dead. So I can only speak about this other two. The two centre backs, the young guys. Now, you could tell me, yeah, I've spoken to them. I told them they're playing in the FA Cup. Yeah, like I said again, I got told the same thing. I'm playing in the cup game. Yeah, I was not interested in the cup game because I was like, I want to be playing in the league. I want to be playing in this game. That was just me personally. And as I said, don't get me wrong, I'm not playing. I wasn't not playing in that level, but still played at that level where you train for it.
I know, carry on.
No, but you know, you train for it, and you actually work up to it, you gear up to it, you're researching, you're finding out who's going to be doing what,
man,
and it kills you. So that's why I can only speak from that side of it. For those two centre backs, they're probably thinking, oh, okay.
No, totally agree with you there, but do you think that was the right move for the manager to make to put Hendo in for this game? Or do you think that was a wrong call?
Well, I think it's the wrong call from the sense that they're centre backs. Yeah. So if you've got centre backs and you've got them in the squad, then you've got to play them at centre back. Otherwise, you're telling them, I don't trust you. Or there's other way of looking at it would be to think, right, okay, we're going to dominate the ball today, and we did for the majority of that game. Really, if you think about it, we dominated the ball, and if that Trent mistake didn't happen, then it is a chance to say, right, okay, Hendo, I want you to play further forward and play as a fifth midfielder. So you can say, I want you to drive out with the ball, but that didn't really allow that to happen. So that's one way of looking at it. The only other way I could look at it is this is Klopp making a stand to say, right, okay, back me. I told you we need a centre back. I want a centre back. I know he keeps things, everything under wraps, but it's a sign to say to people watching the games, listen, I'm having to play Henderson there because those two are not up to the level that we need them to be to play centre back. Back me in this window. So that's the only other way I can look at it. But like I said, for the other two young lads, they'll be sitting there on that bus home thinking to themselves, done me there a little bit. I didn't think I did that bad in those games. I didn't think I did too much wrong. So,
in the last game, we called out for subs. We said that Klopp needs to react on the subs. For the first time today, he made subs early doors and he made the right subs. Like we were literally saying, get Trent off immediately because he was having a stinker. Ox, you start, and a lot of people scream out for. Ox.
Oh, what did he play?
A lot of people scream out for Ox. What did he do today? I seriously, like you said, I didn't really know that he was playing in the first half.
And like I said, I don't mind the fact that you want to get someone back into the side. I understand that from a manager's perspective. You need to get this guy minutes and you need to get him playing. But what if you're Big Shaq? Yeah, don't get me wrong. He did not light up the game when he came on, but you could see he tried stuff. You knew he was playing. You knew he was going to be an outlet. Thiago looked for him quite a lot.
Yeah.
Now for me, I'm saying to myself, right, okay, someone like anybody else, we're looking at thinking, right, okay, Ox adds, but he's come back from a long-term injury. He needs to get back up, like a real long-term knee injury. Now, for me, I'm thinking to myself, he's not the person I would be starting. I'd be looking to bring him into the game because I think he's more of an impact player. But today, if I'm the manager, I'm looking at that thinking to myself, right, okay, you will not be playing next, so you'll be playing on Friday. You can play on against Villa. That's where I would start him in the first place.
Yeah.
But it's a shame because you want him to do well, but that is. I've been saying for a long time anyway, he's not the guy, but everyone seems to say that I'm wrong on that one. But you know,
I don't know, man. He as an impact sub, he sometimes does perform well, and he gives you that attacking threat. But today, unfortunately, he was not at the races. Transfers you mentioned already. We need to get that centre back immediately. And as we touched on as well, I think we never really replaced Coutinho. You know, we tried it with Naby, we tried it with Minamino, and it hasn't really happened. I don't know if Kate is really fully fit to play. He was on the bench there, I believe, wasn't he?
I don't think he was. I think he was. Again, I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah. So, but the transfer window is here, and this is a perfect opportunity to see that we're not performing, and we need to fix it. So, I don't know, man. I mean, you put in the comments who you think we should be buying, but there's a lot of places that we should be filling, I think, right now because it's not looking too.
It's not looking too clever. Second half, we dominated that game. We've tried all that stuff. But why is it taking 45 minutes and someone to put a rocket up their arse to realise this is where we need to? This is the level that we need to be at. And the other thing I can say was when it comes to transfers, you get transfers in, right? And I'm of the mindset that not only do we need transfers, we need someone who's going to come in and start. So it's not a case of getting in a young lad, whatever. Get him to start because we've lost centre backs for the season. Not just a couple of games, they're out for the season. So get them in to start. That's what I want to ask people. What are your thoughts? People's thoughts on the performances, and do you think we're being harsh? That's what I want to know. So,
Man of the match.
Sadio Mane.
I'm going to give it to Robertson because for me the guy just does not get enough praise. Like the amount of times he found Mane today, repeatedly, he was on job. So I'm going to give it to Robertson, but it ain't looking too good.
It's not looking too good, and I'm flat. And I want some of these comments to outline to me that I'm being wrong or I'm harsh, and let me know because I need some sort of pick me up. I've had Boris tell me I ain't going no goddamn where, and I've got this team putting in performances that are just dead. So I need someone to pick me up and tell me that I'm wrong. So I would love to hear what people think. But also, let's be honest. Come on, let's be honest, people. I know Liverpool fans love to try and be as optimistic as you can, but we've also got to face the facts.
Exactly. All this stuff about don't bring negativity. Look, just be real. Yeah, like. Liverpool's still top of the league, and we can still compete to go and win the league. But let's just be real, yeah. All these excuses you man are bringing up is bollocks, yeah. There's a problem, and it needs to be addressed. And like we said, is it transfers? Is it a new system? Is it a new formation that we need just to freshen things up? Because right about now it's stale, and we've been calling it from like weeks beforehand. So, and all you said we're just trying to do this shit for views. We're not. Now we can see it right in front of you that this shit's not working. So what next? That's what we want to hear. So until then, I mean, like you said, Villa's the next game, and then we got United. So until the next video, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, and definitely comment.